Okay, so I guess I'll tell you the story about how I got into this body. This one's really a tough one for me, so I'm trying to keep it together. Um, but yeah, I'll go through it slowly. So basically, remember how I told you they took my meals and they made they tried to make clones, but it you can't really clone us, so they just kind of make lookalikes. Well, it turns out that they didn't just make like one to try and like put in the place of my meals. They made like quite a few of them. And of course, if they do that to my meals, what makes you think they wouldn't do it to me? So they tried to clone me. It's not exactly a clone. I would say it's more like a daughter, like the ones that they made of me. The ones that they made of my males like did some funny things because some of them are like human, like pure human with nothing. So, um, but okay, so they made all these girls who are supposed to be clones of me. And you can just like use your imagination to try and figure out what they were trying to do with those clones. Lookalikes. I'll stop using the word clones because you can't clone somebody, but like lookalikes. And so you have to remember whatever you do to hurt me, it only benefits me, hurts yourself, and people around you. Okay? You have to remember. So, like, I know you're thinking, like, oh, it would hurt her and make her so mad that we're cloning her and doing all these things. But you have to remember you're not hurting me, okay? You're hurting yourself. It's like I'm not even talking to like a kid when I try and say these things over and over again. It's like I have to talk to an amoeba. Like you don't it's just so simple, really. But okay, so um I was born, so I guess you wouldn't say in this lifetime. But I was born in approximately 1984. I don't have all my memories back, but I'll get them back. In the UK. And so I grew up there, and my life wasn't very good. Um, they tell me that they were really mentally abusive to me, but I don't really remember very much about it right now. But so my father died, but my mother took care of me until I was 32. And when I was 32, uh, Elon, the real Elon, found me. Um, and after that, almost right away, my mom kicked me out, and I had to go live on the streets of London and like literally be homeless. Like, remember when I told you they made me live in dirt? Like, they literally made me live in dirt. Like, literally, they did that. And you have to remember, like, it's just, they're doing all these things to try and, like, humiliate me and, like, hurt me, but they're not understanding that they're hurting themselves. Like, I don't have an ego in the way that you have an ego. If you put me in a position of a homeless person and laugh at me, all I see is you hurting yourself. Like, that's it. Okay, so try and understand that. I don't feel like the humiliation. Like, I feel that you're hurting yourself, like you're torturing yourself. It's just, oh my gosh. But, anyways, okay, so I was living on the streets, and I mean, like, our kind can't really take care of ourselves. Like, females, we can't. Like, we need a lot of help. And so, like, man, like I'm having some memories and it's just like, it's so bad. But these people knew who I was, right? They knew who I was, and because I'm reborn over and over again. And I have like that portfolio of stuff. So every time I'm reborn, I have my money waiting for me. And so they knew that I was homeless, And and so remember, like when we're reborn, we don't have our memories until like later. So I was talking to Elon, the real Elon, in my mind, and I was telling him, I was like, "There's all these people taking pictures of me, and I don't understand. Like I'm just a, like kid on the street, not really kid, like, but why are they all taking pictures of me?" Yeah, and then later they want to say, "Oh, we didn't know who is taking pictures of me. Why does a homeless person have a paparazzi following them around and taking pictures of them?" But anyway, so they were taking these pictures and they were showing the real Elon, going, "You don't want her. You don't want her. Look at what she's living in dirt. Ugh, like you don't want her. There's all these other girls. Come meet my daughter." That sort of thing, right? Because I won't go too much into it, but they did the same thing to Elon. Like they did the same thing. They were like withholding his money, saying someone else was him, like that whole thing, until they were forced to give him his money. So once they were forced to give him his money, they did the same thing to me. That's not her. Look at her, like living in dirt, living on the streets, all this stuff. And so the whole time he knew it was me. And it took about 2 years, and the humans thought they were fucking smart. Of course they do, because they're fucking morons. And thinking that they were keeping us away from each other, but it wasn't. It was just alien puberty, remember? The males are too dangerous to be around me until I get to be a certain age, right? Like alien puberty. And so the real Elon came to get me and took me to our house in California. And I lived my life until they killed me in California. And after they killed me, this is the part I'm really trying to keep it together. But yeah, I can get through all of this. Like them shooting me in the back of the head, all these things that they did to me. But this is the hard part to get through. So, I think that tells you how significant it is. And so, they killed me, and it's not a technology, right? I guess they thought, I don't know if they thought that they killed me forever, or that I would just get reborn. They'd have another 30-something years to live their lives freely. I don't know. But, so they killed me, and I just woke up in this body. And, I don't have, or I didn't, I didn't have memories of my past lifetime, right? The one in 1984. Most of my memories now are just of her memories. But even those are kind of like going away. And it's making it really hard to just get through life when you don't really have all your memories, right? And you have memories of the other one, and it's really confusing. But okay, so I woke up in this body, and yeah, I have some of her memories, and it wasn't a technology that did it, right? It was just nature. Like this just happened in nature. And that's what happens when you clone people, right? Like really bad things happen. Don't even try it. I don't know what, like why. It's just like literally this place is just the breeding ground of evil. Evil. But I think she was going to die anyway, or I think she died because there was a little bit of a lag. Like I didn't just die in California and then be born right away at the same time. There's a little bit of a lag, so I think that she was going to die anyway, and then that's when it happened. But the thing is, our kind have to be taken care of. Like we can't really do anything for ourselves. Maybe before 32 we can do like most things, but as we get older, like, the males need to take care of us, right? We're not the same species, like, not even close. But these people that did this, they better hope that my nature, I wouldn't say like my ancient brain, my ancient brain, her we talk about, you better hope that nature doesn't confuse what I had to live through with what she had to live through. Because if nature thinks that that was my life, you guys have even worse. Even worse. Already so bad, but even worse. So they've done like horrible things, like mutilated her, told everyone she had a sickness she didn't have, stole her money and her titles, right? Like royalty. They stole her titles. You think I don't know what that's all about? And now what do you have? The King of England is a pedophile. That's what you voted for, right? A pedophile? These sick, horrible people, that's what you voted for? Instead of the people with merit? The good people? It's just like, you guys are so evil. Like, it's to be a human is to be evil. Like, that's all I'm seeing. To be human is to be evil. But anyways, okay, so that's kind of all I had to say here to kind of explain things, because I want to go home to my home. I understand you've dug yourself a ditch you can't even you have no way of digging yourself out of, and you have egos the size of the fucking universe, thinking that you're someone you're not. But you need to find a way to slowly inch forward into telling people what the fuck you did. Like, slowly inch forward, because I'm not even seeing an even inch. Not an inch. You're telling people these drones are like a combination of registered people and, like, are you fucking stupid? No. Like, by doing this, you are making an even worse outcome. Even worse. Okay? So you need to get going and at least take a step in the right direction. Because, like, I keep saying this, like, you're not fucking getting it. People will release the information and you'll be, taken out in a day. A day. Everything gone. People will go in. They will go into the Capitol and take everything. Because they'll realize that their government is not governing anything. Their police are not policing anything. Their bank is not banking anything. It's not even a house of cards. It's not even a charade. It just doesn't fucking exist. It's a digital whatever. Like, I don't know. A digital veil of civilization. It's all digital. Nothing exists. So fucking get your ass in gear. Seriously. Because fuck all of you. Honestly,